Welcome to the results video for UFC Rio, where we will find out which UFC prediction channels on YouTube were the most and least accurate with predicting the winner for each fight and were the most and least profitable with their winner picks. And we do the same for the method of victory predictions, so the most and least accurate and the most and least profitable. And for the last part we will find out which channels have the longest winning or losing streak week after week. For all results in this video I only include channels that made picks on at least half of all the fights, so a minimum of 6. Which channels were the least accurate with predicting the winner for each fight? In 4th place we have the following 18 channels. All of them had 6 out of 12 correct for 50%. In 3rd place we have the Sportsbook Killer. He had 5 out of 11 correct for 45.5%. In 2nd place we have the Vince Chats, the MMA Fortune Teller and Young Pasty with 5 out of 12 correct for 42%. And the channel that was the least accurate this week with predicting the winner for each fight. In 1st place we have Pete from Fight HQ. He had 4 out of 12 correct for 33%. Which channels were the most accurate for predicting the winner for each fight this week? In 4th place we have the following 19 channels in alphabetical order and all 19 of them had 9 out of 12 correct for 75%. In 3rd place is the Parlay MMA. He had 7 out of 9 correct for 78%. In 3rd place we have Have the Battle, Kenny Okoye, MMA and MMA Matt. All 3 of them have 10 out of 12 correct for 83%. And in 1st place for most accurate channels for predicting the winner for each fight, we have the following 4 channels: Harbar MMA, MMA BG, Tony Has Died MMA and Warhorse MMA. All 4 of them had 11 out of 12 picks correct for 91.7%. And here is the overview of all 125 channels that I've tracked this week, which also include channels that made picks on less than half of all the fights, with the correct picks, their total picks and the correct pick percentage. To calculate the results for the most and least profitable channels, we pretend to place a $100 moneyline bet on every pick a channel has made, even if they don't like the odds or have very low confidence in their pick. So we're basically blindly following every pick a channel has made. To calculate the results, we use the odds from the tail of the tape shown before each fight. From number 4 till number 10 for least profitable channels with their winner picks, we have the following 11 channels, with a return on investment of minus 32% down to minus 48.2%. In 3rd place we have the MMA Fortune Teller with a minus 48.8% ROI. And in 2nd place is the Vince Chats. He had a return on investment of minus 49% over his 12 picks. And the least profitable channel this week for UFC Rio was Pete from Fight HQ. Had you blindly followed every pick he had made and placed a $100 moneyline bet on each of them, you could have lost $705 for a return on investment of minus 58.7%. Now, which channels could have made you the most money if you had blindly followed every pick they made? From number 4 to number 10 we have the following 7 channels for most profitable, with a return on investment of 28% up to 42.7%. In 3rd place we have Harbar MMA and MMA BG. Both of them made the exact same 12 predictions, for a return on investment of 57.5%. And in 2nd place we have Tony Has Died MMA with a return on investment of 66.1%. But the most profitable channel with their winner picks for UFC Rio was Warhorse MMA. Had you blindly followed every pick he had made and placed a $100 moneyline bet on each of them, you could have won $835 for a return on investment of 69.5%. And here is the complete overview of all 125 channels that I've tracked, including those that made picks on less than half of all the fights, with their money won or lost, their return on investment, correct picks, total picks, correct pick percentage and investment. Which channels were the most and least accurate with predicting the winner plus their method of victory? In 3rd place for least accurate channels with their method of victory predictions, we have the following 12 channels in alphabetical order. And all 12 had 1 out of 6 or 2 out of 12 correct, for a correct pick percentage of 17%. And in 2nd place we have the following 7 channels, and all 7 of them had 1 out of 12 correct for 8%. And the channel who was the least accurate with their winner plus method of victory predictions this week is Keith Schillen from Sherduck.com. And he had 0 out of his 12 method of victory predictions incorrect, for 0% correct. Which channels had the most method of victory predictions correct this week? In third place we have Greedo Plays MMA, he had 4 out of 10 correct for 40%. In second place we have the following 7 channels in alphabetical order with 5 out of 12 correct for 42%. And in first place, the channels that were the most accurate with their method of victory predictions, we have UFC Rio, MMA BG and MMA Husky Hustler. All 3 of them had 6 out of 12 correct for a correct pick percentage of 50%. And here is the overview of all 72 channels that made method of victory predictions this week, also including channels that made method of victory predictions on less than half of all the fights, with their correct predictions, their total predictions and the correct prediction percentage. Which channels could have lost or won you the most money if you had followed every winner plus method of victory prediction they had made? For least profitable method of victory predictors, we have from number 4 to number 10 the following 8 channels, with a return on investment of -49% down to -68%. In third place we have Bedtime MMA, Benny P MMA, DFS by the numbers and Be Ready from Fight Bloodline. All 4 of them had one method of victory prediction correct out of 12, which was their prediction of Vito Petrino winning by a KO or TKO, and they had a return on investment of -81%. In second place is the Finch Jets. He also had 1 out of 12 correct for a return on investment of -85%. And in first place is of course the channel that had 0 out of 12 method of victory predictions correct, which is Keith Schillen from Sherdock.com for a return on investment of -100%, the maximum. Now, which channels could have won you the most money if you had followed all of their method of victory predictions? From number 4 till number 10 we have the following 8 channels with a return on investment of 45.5% up to 68.8%. In third place we have Funky Bunch MMA. He had 5 out of 12 of his method of victory predictions correct for a return on investment of 79.6%. In second place we have Kunat. He had 3 out of his 9 method of victory predictions correct for a return on investment of 86.1%. And in first place, the most profitable channel with their method of victory predictions, we have Leo. And he did very well with his method of victory predictions. 6 out of 12 were correct, and had you placed a $100 bet on all of his method of victory predictions, you could have won $1,480 for a very good return on investment of 123%. And here is the complete overview of all channels that made method of victory predictions this week, also including channels that made predictions on less than half of all the fights, with their money won or lost, the return on investment, the correct and total predictions, the correct predictions percentage and investment. Which channels are running cold and keep losing week after week with their winner picks? On a 3-week losing streak we have the following 13 channels, and out of those 13 channels all of them are also on a 4-week losing streak. Out of those, the following 7 are on a 5-week losing streak. And from those 7, 5 are on a 6-week losing streak. On a 7-week losing streak, we have Bedtime MMA, MMA Play 365, Pick'em MMA and Slim MMA. But none of those channels are on an 8-week losing streak. Which channels are running hot and keep winning week after week? The following 20 channels in alphabetical order are on a 2-week winning streak with their winner picks. From those 20 channels, the following 11 channels are on a 3-week winning streak. And on a 4-week winning streak we have the following 4 channels: Drywall, Carlos from MCA Picks, MMA Ethic and Sports Betting Hub. But there's only one channel out of those 4 that's on a 5-week winning streak, which is Sports Betting Hub. And he has been winning for more than 5 weeks now, because he's also on a 6-week winning streak and even a 7-week winning streak. That was it for the results video for UFC Rio de Janeiro. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, hope you have a great week, and I'll see you back in the next overview video this Thursday.